Enforcement today as they announced a murder charge with special circumstances against the child's soccer coach, Garcia Aquino. Tonight, a rosary for Oscar outside the family's Sun Valley apartment. Friends outraged at the idea that his own coach would kill him.
How could he do this? It was just so traumatizing and scary.
A few days after he disappeared, Oscar's body was found last week, dumped on a roadside in Oxnard. Investigators say Garcia Aquino, the child's soccer coach, lured him to his home in the Palmdale, Lancaster area, where he murdered the boy. Investigators also say Garcia Aquino was arrested in February 2024 for the sexual assault of a 16-year-old boy, but until today was not charged in connection with that case.
Garcia Aquino befriended a Sylmar family who allowed their juvenile son to stay with him at his residence in Palmdale. The family subsequently filed a criminal report with the Palmdale Sheriff's Station, alleging sexual abuse of their child.
And despite that 2024 arrest, Garcia Aquino was allowed to continue coaching with the Hurricane Valley boys soccer travel team in Sylmar.
We're looking at everything.
Tonight, investigators say they are considering that other missing children could be linked to Garcia Aquino.
Maybe you think somebody's missing or loved one's missing, call us. Let us check. There's always a fear that there's more victims, and we want to make sure that we account for everybody that's out there.
So far, the coroner has not released an official cause of death for Oscar Omar Hernandez. By the way, the suspect expected in court for his arraignment tomorrow. We're live tonight in Sun Valley. I'm Sandra Mitchell, KTLA 5 News. Back to you, Micah and Court.
Sandra, thank you. Two sisters are among the victims of a violent and deadly crash in Santa Ana that claimed the lives of 4 people. The single-car crash happened late Saturday night when a speeding car apparently missed a turn and slammed into a tree.
Carlos Salcedo is live at the crash scene with more on what we're learning about the victims. Hi, Carlos.
That's right, a tragic situation out here in Santa Ana as people are still gathering for a vigil at this late hour. A total of 6 people were in a car when it crashed over the weekend, killing 4 of them, including the driver. And tonight, one of them is fighting for their life. A memorial on this center median marks the spot where 4 young lives were taken over the weekend, sending 2 others to the hospital. The collision so bad, neighbors who heard the crash thought it was a bomb.
I can't imagine the parents right now, the grief they're going through. It must be sad, you know, having your kids leave and not come back.
A total of 6 people were in the car when the driver, who is believed to have been speeding, lost control on Segerstrom Avenue, plowing into a tree Saturday night. The 18-year-old driver, identified by friends as Manny, died, along with 3 other young ladies, including 19-year-old Areli. Her father, Ignacio Robles, saying she was quiet.
She was calm, didn't talk. She worked, and all the money she made, she gave to her mom. She was a good daughter. She loved her mom very much.
Her younger sister, 15-year-old Arlene, was hospitalized but is expected to survive.
They are going to do surgery on her. She's a bit disfigured, but she is stable.
Friends say all those in the car were either current or former students at Valley High School in Santa Ana.
They were good people. They were kind, you know. They were always being respectful, you know. It's just really sad when you lose someone, you know, that's part of your life, you know, you're gonna remember them as a memory.
Authorities believe either drugs or alcohol may have played a factor in the crash.
I just hope that they're in a good place now, you know, just watching over us.
And officials plan on releasing the names of all those who were killed tomorrow morning. We're live in Santa Ana. Carlos Salcedo, KTLA 5 News.
So tragic. Carlos, thank you, though. In other news, the Orange County Superior Court judge accused of murdering his wife following an argument in 2023 was back in court today for the start of his retrial. Prosecutors say 74-year-old Jeffrey Ferguson intentionally shot his wife of 27 years in their Anaheim Hills home in August of 2023 during a heated argument. Ferguson claims the gun accidentally went off. The jury in his first trial deliberated for more than 9 days before deadlocking 11-1 in favor of second-degree murder.
The Menendez brothers will be back in court this Friday as the possibility for their resentencing hangs in the balance. Former LA County District Attorney George Gascon submitted a resentencing petition when he was still in office. His successor, Nathan Hochman, opposes resentencing and has requested a withdrawal of that petition. A judge will decide to accept or remove it. If the judge denies Hochman's request, a resentencing hearing could take place on April 17th.
It has been 3 months since the deadly and destructive Los Angeles wildfires raced through Altadena and the Pacific Palisades.
City and county leaders are now assessing the progress of the recovery effort. 30 people were killed in the fires, 18 in Altadena, 12 in the Palisades, and more than 16,000 structures were destroyed. Now, 3 months later, the area still looks like a war zone, but progress is being made.
Mary Beth McDade is live in the Pacific Palisades tonight with a look at the effort to rebuild the community. Hi, MB.
Hi there, Court. And yes, we're here in Palisades Village, where developer Rick Caruso says that he is trying to get this village reopened in order to bring some sort of normalcy and community back to this area, while businesses and residents are rebuilding. It's been 3 months since deadly fires tore through parts of LA County, changing many people's lives forever.
Obviously a tough day for so many of us.
Developer Rick Caruso wants to help get the momentum going in the Palisades by getting Palisades Village reopened around the beginning of the year.
Well, it's really important because the Palisades Village, which survived, thank goodness, will be the launching pad for the rebuilding of the Palisades, and it's a beacon of hope.
Palisades Village survived with minimal damage thanks to the fire-resistant materials Caruso used when developing it, and thanks to private firefighters his company hired.
Thank God we did, because we were loaning equipment to LA Fire and helping LA Fire fight fires on some of our adjacent buildings.
While some have criticized Caruso for using private firefighters, this drugstore owner is glad he did. He says they saved his store, which is right across the street from the mall, and several other businesses.
That part of the town, that was the only part that is survived on the south side of the street, facing the mall.
Caruso is also helping rebuild fire disaster areas with his nonprofit, Steadfast LA, which he's funding.
Its mission is very clear: get people into their homes as soon and safely as possible. Altadena, Palisades, and Malibu.
Over in Altadena, LA City Councilwoman Tracy Park and LA County officials toured the Eaton Fire area.
I've also been with representatives from Supervisor Barger's office to talk about the development of a long-term community recovery plan, interacting with philanthropy and the private sector to invest in the community.
Another part of the discussion, rebuilding communities that can thrive.
Fire recovery is not just about rebuilding buildings. It's about rebuilding entire communities, their assets and infrastructure, but lives and hope.
And just a reminder that you must opt in for the free debris removal by April 15th. That is tax day. And according to officials, the Army Corps of Engineers expects to be done with removal by late summer or fall. For now, reporting live here in Palisades, Mary Beth McDade. We'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Mary Beth, thank you. Our weather pictures tonight will be dealing with a warm-up as we move through the week. Here's Vera.
Thank you so much, Micah. Yes, good evening, everyone. Well, we had beautiful weather this afternoon. It was a little bit cooler than yesterday, but it was still a lovely, lovely afternoon nonetheless. As we take a live look outside, you can see that we have mostly clear skies. The marine layer is going to develop, but it's going to be very limited, and it's going to stay primarily along the coast. We are going to see a gradual increase this week. That marine layer, as I mentioned, is going to stay primarily over the Pacific Ocean or just along the shore there. It is going to get pretty warm inland, especially Wednesday and Thursday. By Friday,